Hey, good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group. We are a group of restaurant vendors who supply a product or a service to the restaurants, and we are here to help each other and to help restaurants if they have a question or a problem that they're trying to solve. We want to be a resource for them to help them as much as we possibly can. And today we have two guests, I'm happy to say, from Colombia. And I want to introduce Guillermo, who I met at the Florida Restaurant Show. And he's like my daily buddy on email. And he just this morning introduced me to Santiago, driving in his car. So what I'm going to ask Guillermo first, just to introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do, and then we'll go to Santiago.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Howard, for the introduction. So I have been working in the beverage market for more than 30 years. I used to be the vice president of the International Bottled Water Association, working from Mexico to Argentina. And at this moment, I am an advisor of some companies, and one of them is These Licores, that Santiago is the one who's working in the international division of These Licores, and we are supporting them as an advisor. So we are launching right now in United States the tonic water. So we want to work on trade market at this moment. So that's the reason why we talked to Howard in Orlando. So I have been in the market for more than 30 years. So thank you so much, Howard, for this opportunity for us. And we are so interested to work with the whole group and the team, and Colombia is your house for everybody. So for me, that's my introduction.
Did you say that you were going to trademark it in the United States?
On trade market, yes. We are so interested to become to work in the on trade market with our brand 9,976.
Yes. I have a very good friend who's a trademark attorney. So if you need somebody here, let me know and I'll put you in touch with them.
What's the product again? Water, you said? What is it?
Tonic water.
Tonic water and mixers.
Yes.
I may have somebody for you. He's another Colombian. He's up in West Palm. He actually has an arepa business. He sells arepas to all the local supermarkets, Presidente, Sedano, and all that. He's from Medellin, actually, but he lives in Boynton Beach.
Oh, that's great.
So he has a plan. He makes arepas, cookies, and all the Latin markets are his clients.
Wow. So that's a great.
That's a great connection.
Yeah. He's big account. He's not into Publix, but he's into Presidente and Sedano's and I don't know about Sedano's, Presidente, a lot of those Latin markets in Miami.
Wow.
Nice business going.
Guillermo and Santiago, at the end of the meeting, I will send Guillermo an email with all of the contact information of the people that are here, so he'll have all their information.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now let's go to Santiago in the car and.
Thank you. Thank you, Howard. Sure. So yeah, my name is Santiago. I'm currently the international director for These Licores, the company that Guillermo just mentioned. Let's say I've been in these international businesses since 17 years now of experience. Actually, I lived in the US for many years. Well, like 10 years. I was based in Houston, Texas, and also in Miami. I used to work for a company, a food company that is called Nutresa. They're pretty big in the States right now, and they represent different Hispanic brands. And also they are the ones that were selling some of the chocolate ingredients to Starbucks and their co-manufacturers. And I used to work with them really closely. So let's say that the US market, I feel like in my home there with you guys. So it's great to be here. We are currently starting the internationalization process of, as Guillermo said, tonic waters and mixers. The brand is Mil 976, like 976. We'll have to wait and see how Americans are going to start pronouncing it. That's one of the questions that I'm really looking forward to it.
Right.
And yeah, we have to develop this US market. We're going to be starting in Florida at the beginning, using two main highways. So we're going into retail. That Nutresa or the distributor that we currently have is very strong there. So yeah, we are now we have now entered CDS and Sedanos. Someone there mentioned it. And we're really looking forward to being other stores like Publix, Walmart, Target, I don't know, all of those big guys. So that's one highway that we have to develop. And the other highway that is really, really important for us is the on-trade premises, which honestly, it's been a little bit more complicated. We feel more comfortable in the retail because it's where our distributor is really specialized in. But we have a real big challenge on the on-trade market, and that's where we are really looking forward to you guys' knowledge, support, relationships, whatever you have that you can help us to bring this great brand to US consumers will be perfect. Just one last thing that is important to say. I am pretty sure that the US consumer is going to be really happy to have this alternative in the market because of actually one thing that is very important is the nutritional facts that we currently have in the product. They're really low on calories, they're really low on carbs. So it's something different. We don't use any sugars, which is great for the consumer. And also we have a beautiful sustainability story behind the product. So it's a product that I'm really, really sure it's gonna work really well in the US market. And thank you for the chance to present myself.
Oh, our pleasure.
Can I ask you a
Thanks for coming.
question? I wanted to ask him a question.
Go.
Yes, of course.
Your
Carrie.
drinks, they have quinine, is that correct?
They have I'm sorry, the tonic water, like main ingredient, it's not a tonic water if it doesn't have quinine. So that's really, really a good observation. And the same thing happens for the mixers, but it's not with quinine, but with ginger. So tonic must have quinine and the mixers must have ginger, for example, ginger beer, ginger lemon,
Okay.
those products. Another thing that is really important is that the US consumer it's having a very important trend. So they're moving into like drinking a very hard liquor. You correct me if I'm wrong if you have any other information, but they're moving from hard liquor into something a little bit more smooth, easier to drink, and that's why cocktails are having such a big explosive demand at the time, especially after the COVID, where people started drinking and making cocktails in their homes. So that's like booming right now as a market study that we purchased shows.
Like cocktails and then mocktails. So same big deal.
Yes,
big
Terry,
difference.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cocktails are
Perfect.
huge right now because some people don't want to drink alcohol. So yeah.
Right.
You mentioned that it didn't have any sugar.
It has no like cane sugar, like raw sugar. We sweeten our products with two main ingredients, which is stevia, that is a natural like leaf, and also with fructose, which is the natural sugar of the fruits. So no cane sugar, no white turbine sugar. We don't have that.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yes. Yeah.
When I sent the information that I had about you and your website, I sent it over to the PR firm that I mentioned in the proposal. The president of the company wrote me back an email, and she said that she fell in love with MIL. She fell in love with the product because she's very into health, and she, as a matter of fact, has a publication for healthy food eating. So it all ties in.
Yes, exactly.
That's great.
Well, welcome, Steve.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry that I was late. I got a client call, which I had to deal with.
All
There's no
right.
excuse there.
Well, I'm going to do our regular intros, and I'll double back to Guillermo and Santiago. So in case you want to add anything after you see what we do, feel free to do it. Brian, why don't you start us off?
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Brian with Rogue Financial Group. Rogue Financial Group is a company part of Yes, which is in Miami, Florida. And what Rogue does is primarily focuses on the hospitality, but we also do other industries. We finance equipment. So we are a commercial equipment financing company. Work with a lot of vendors, help them with their clients that maybe need financing. Also, we go directly to the end user. A lot of times they come to me, like some franchises. But we are a commercial equipment financing company. And again, the advantages of financing equipment lots of times is keep your capital. There is tax advantages. Again, if you're trying to do some of the end of the year, remember the 179 tax advantage. Again, Brian with the Rogue Financial Group. Thanks.
And how do we reach you?
Oh, 404-723-7222.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Howard.
Joe Cregan, good morning. A Colombian connection in the States.
Yeah, well, my wife is. I don't, and I'm 30 years in Miami, 35 years in Miami, and I still don't speak a word of Spanish. Not much. Anyway. That's about no comprende. Anyway, Joe Cregan with Card Payment Services, people products and payments you can count on, powered by Fiserv, formerly First Data. We support about used to be closer to 1,000 before COVID, but now it's about 700 merchants throughout the country, of which about 70% of them are here in Florida with their point of sale system and payment processing requirements. We sell Clover POS, which is probably the #1 leading cash register POS terminal to small, medium-sized businesses in the country right now. We sell a lot of those. We have about 2,000 terminals out there, primarily in restaurants. We sell Fiserv, which used to be called First Data, payment processing, and we're also a reseller for ADP payroll processing. So basically, we support restaurants with probably the 3 most essential things besides their products: their point of sale, their cash register, their payment processing, and their payroll processing. So Card Payment Services, people, products, and payments you can count on. www.cardpaymentservices.net. And I'm here outside Fort Lauderdale in Davie, Florida.
Great. Thank you. Let's go to Terry. Good morning.
Good morning, Terry. Today's restaurant news. I'm in charge of actually the office and getting the lead reports together for the month. Lead reports. Let's talk about leads. Everybody in the world wants a new sale, wants a new customer. We have the lead reports. We have 40 to 70 or more brand new leads, brand new every month in Florida, and then about 40 in Georgia, sometimes a little more. And what that consists of, it comes in an Excel spreadsheet giving you where the construction process is. Is it in permitting stages? Is it in construction? Have they just started? Are they just clearing the land? Who owns it? Address, owner's name, phone number, email address. Very important. If you're trying to reach somebody, that is what you want. So, and a lot of times people say, well, this says info at. And then when I send that email, it goes right to the owner. So that's how I get a lot of information. We have people all over, actually the Southeast, that give us leads. We have our staff. We have reports that we, take care of that you have to purchase each month. Licensing reports when somebody files. So we give all that information to you once a month around the 9th in an Excel spreadsheet. You may sort it by zip code, by city, however you want. And that's what we do. Anybody that wants a sample, send me an email, Terry, TERRI @ TRNUSA.com. and I'm more than happy to send you a sample. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman, Restaurant All-Stars. We primarily work on behalf of restaurant companies to provide human capital, which is different than financial capital. Human capital is actually flesh and blood, people. And we work on behalf of the client company to satisfy the profile of the person they're looking to hire. For example, we have a company that contacted us, and they have a contract to provide food service for Delta Airlines worldwide. And they want us to find a corporate executive pastry chef. So it's quite a challenge because there's not really a direct competitor that's doing that. So we dip into the hotel arena, the upscale restaurant arena, and in about an hour and a half, we'll have a candidate interviewing with them who has 15 years of Ritz-Carlton pastry chef experience.
Wow.
This is a person who was not looking for another opportunity. However, a select phone call from Chris Kaufman, otherwise known as a recruiter, otherwise known as a broker of opportunity, contacted this 15-year Ritz-Carlton pastry chef and said, hey, here's a unique corporate chef opportunity, a tremendous career growth opportunity. It's the ideal win-win where the client's going to get a talented player and the talented player is going to get pretty much a once-in-a-lifetime shot. We work on behalf of those client companies to satisfy their needs. For Restaurant All-Stars, Chris Kaufman, 404 All-Star, which is 404-255-7827. Go back, see us.
Hey, thank you. Stephen, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Steve Whitehill. I'm the president of Anchor Business Brokers, and we help people buy and sell businesses. Not only are we mergers and acquisition specialists, but we're also business exit strategists. Do you know how much your business is worth? Well, we can certainly help you with that. Whether you are in transition or looking to retire, we can help you live the life you want. And let me give you an example of a restaurant that we have available for sale today. We have a restaurant that has earnings of almost $800,000. That's money in your pocket on sales of $2.3 million, which is pretty good. And it's selling for $2.3 million, which is almost exactly the amount of sales. But that $2.3 million not only includes the profit of $800,000 a year, but also includes a property valued at $700,000. It's a home-style family restaurant. And it's 50 years old, has 10 full-time people and 12 part-time people that work there. Serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Has a Florida classic menu like chicken pot pie, chicken fried steak, burger salads, etc. Now, someone's going to have to tell me what chicken fried steak is. I've heard it for many years, but I've never had it. So someone's going to have to tell me what it is.
It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, except it's a steak.
Ah, okay.
No,
Well,
that's partially
aha.
true. It has gravy over it also.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So anyway, we like to think we help you live the life you want, and you can reach me at 561-376-7500, or you can email me at steve@anchorbb.com, and Steve is spelled like you should spell it, STEVE, at anchorbb.com. Thank you.
Do you have any beverage distributors on your listing?
I don't know. I probably do, actually. I can tell you if you give me a minute. You need a beverage distributor?
Yeah, the gentlemen that are here today from Colombia are in the beverage industry, and they're looking to come to the United States. So maybe there's some kind of a connection somehow.
Well, I'd like to see if I can help them with that. I will check and I'll get back to you shortly.
Okay.
Howard,
Yes.
while you're talking about beverage distributors, does this beverage coincide like with margaritas and things like that?
I'll let them answer it.
Gigi, you want to go ahead and answer, or should I?
No, you go ahead.
Margaritas, not really, but they work for a lot of different cocktails. For example, the Moscow Mule, the Dark and Stormy, the Mullet, There are a lot of drinks that we recommend to use with tonics and mixers. It depends on your taste, but you can do it with rum. You can use them with tequila. You can use them with bourbon, whiskey. What else? Vodka. So yeah, there are a million cocktails that you can do with our products. I don't know,
All
Gigi,
right.
if you want to compliment to that.
All right. The reason
And-
is, Howard,
Yeah.
I met this guy, the Margarita Man, was in our hall, not yours. They sell margarita mixes. They have a machine that creates the mixes. They have the mixes along with the margarita.
Right.
And I should reach out to this guy, Doug, because he has a distributor. I'm not sure in great detail in Florida. That's the reason they were there at the trade show. So I can try to reach out to Doug here, and then I'll send it to you, Howard, and you can, get it to Guillermo, this information. But
Okay.
the
We will
company,
highly appreciate that, Brian.
yeah, they're actually the only reason they were in that Florida show is that they have a distributor there. They're actually out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. But
Keep
Um,
drinking the margaritas. It's not going to be still water.
no. But I actually talked to the guy yesterday. I'll find out some information, and then see if what that distributor actually does in the Florida market. He didn't go into great detail with it, but I was actually in conversation on another thing with Doug about helping their clients provide financing to a lot of their clients that do come in, which is the end user side. But I'll see what I come up with. I'll try to reach back out to Doug here today, if not Monday. See what I come up with. All right.
That'd be great.
It's amazing when you look at a group, even a small group like we have today. The amount of information that we have, I'm going to say behind the board, because Brian is in the finance world. He knows. So he just met somebody at the show that involved in the beverage industry. Chris has got outreach to all kinds of people looking for jobs in the food service industry. And Steve is selling businesses and buying businesses, helping people bring businesses from out of the country into the United States. So there's a tremendous amount of knowledge and information, and that's how this group works. That's how the networking works. Because you don't know who we know. We don't know who we know that can help you until we actually talk. And that, it's just spurs information. And, I love that example.
And
Plus,
and by the way, I do have a beverage. It's a beverage and food distributor. It's in Miami. It does $8 million in sales and makes $1.3 million on that. And it's a 15-year-old company. So the answer is, yeah, I have something. I'm not sure it's exactly right for them, but it exists.
Well, I just figured if they were selling, if we find out who the new owner is, he may be open to, may be able to talk about bringing a new product in.
No question.
plus I know a lot of ladies love margaritas, and
I like margaritas, and I'm not a
alcohol
lady.
is something I look for in a woman. So
All right, so Guillermo, if you want to add anything now that you see what we do, and again, this is a small group. I don't know what happened today, but it must be Thanksgiving. People must have taken off already.
Of
No,
course.
No, I received the proposal. We received the proposal. I passed it to Santiago and his team, and he's checking what type of the thing we can start to make it with you through the magazine, through the newspaper. So I prefer that Santiago ask you the questions that we needed to know. How soon can we start, and what is the best way to start to work directly with you, Howard?
Yeah, that's basically the same question that I had, Gigi. So what are if you can tell us like the benefits and what should we do to be there? What's the modus operandi to work with you guys and with your magazine, which I guess it's both physics and digital. If you can tell us a little bit more about that, we will. Thank you.
Okay, well, our publication, today's Restaurant News, has been around since 1996. We published in print up until 2018, and now we are a digital publication. And with being a digital publication, we have other services that we can provide, which are important to advertisers. Number one being email. Well, number one is the advertising within the newspaper that you see behind Terry and behind me. We have various sizes and various shapes that will lend itself to advertising. And that newspaper is directly on our website. As soon as you open our website, that newspaper opens up. It's in a flip page reader, and people seem to like that, and they like the noise that goes with the page flipping. I call it a sexy newspaper. That's
And it also goes to the restaurant owners directly as they have requested.
well, we have a database of over 15,000 restaurants, and every time the newspaper gets published, we alert those people that there's a new issue online. In addition, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Just to understand a little bit, Howard, is that nationwide or is that Florida only?
It's nationwide. It's worldwide.
Perfect. Worldwide. Perfect.
Because it's online, so anybody can see it. But our database is primarily the United States. Our email marketing program is also using our database. What happens with that is you would send us a JPEG file or an HTML file. We put it into our format. We show you it. You give your approval, and then we send it out to our database. What we also do with that email blast is we have an option where 3 or 4 days after the original blast goes out, you can choose to resend that email to those people who did not open it. So you get a double whammy. And you can also send an email, a different email, to the people who did open it, because those are the people who expressed interest right away. So that I call the low-hanging fruit. Those are the people that have shown interest immediately. Then we have the video e-blast program, which is taking the same database and dropping a video into the e-blast, probably around 2 or 3 minutes, so that it's not too long for people to lose themselves. And we do the same thing with the social media. I post the email blast and the video e-blast on social media 2 to 3 times within 7 days of the original blast going out. And my contacts on LinkedIn alone is 17,000 plus. So you add up all the numbers, and there's a tremendous amount of exposure with what we do with an email. Of course, Terry does the new openings report. Every month, she'll send out a spreadsheet with a list of restaurants that are under construction and restaurants that have opened. And we usually follow the restaurant from shovel in the ground to grand opening. So, in the first month, we may not have a particular piece of information, but as the process goes along, we get that information and we add it. What else did we do, Terry? I forgot.
Did you mention your video e-blast?
Yes.
Did you mention that you work from 12 to 12 to take care of everybody's needs?
That's why I was in the hospital this week.
That's why you were in the hospital. Let's see, leads, e-blast. Oh, what about your database of all of your people and every time somebody, you have auctioneers that run e-blast once a week, every single week. You have people that sign up, have signed paperwork to run an email blast for them 52 weeks for the entire year. They work, the email blasts work. They go out in one big blast, your ad only, your link to your website, to wherever you want, at one time, to all of those people. Everybody you're trying to reach, they get that email blast.
And I did forget to mention one thing. Every Monday morning, we post an article that may or may not have been in the newspaper for that month. And underneath the article, I have sort of a posting of the ad that you're running in the newspaper with a direct link to where you want it to go. So you're getting the newspaper monthly, you're getting the group e-blast weekly, and you can do the email blast weekly, bi-weekly, twice a month, once a month, whatever. You want to put a video in, you can. And then, of course, we have our networking meetings. We have meetings at 9, at 11. That's what we do. I hope I explained everything for you.
Very well.
There'll be a test. There'll be a test at 12 noon today.
You didn't share the screen, Howard. What the heck? No.
Not yet. I didn't even tell you how to reach us. So contact us at 561-620-8888. And our website is trnusa.com. I should have invited Adrian to come today. But
there's a lot of people not here because of Thanksgiving. I mean, I've been getting calls left and right. So, I mean, they'll be here. They're just not here today. Or don't forget to let people know about next week.
Oh, yes, when we're not having a meeting next week.
Well, you can have one, but no one will be there.
Unless you want to come to my house, you can have leftovers.
I am cooking.
Guillermo, Santiago, you have any questions?
No, I don't have any more questions. So thank you very much for all the information. I don't know if Santi wants to make another question, but for me, it's enough. So we will start to work to check all the information that you send it to us in order to have a decision. How can we start to work with the team?
And that proposal that I sent you, of course, is an outline of what's possible. Okay. We can mix and match and change things to suit what you need.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know what we could do.
Okay, Howard, the guy in charge of all this project is Santiago. So I open the doors. I will be with all the time with the whole team, but the one that is in charge of the whole thing is Santiago. Sure. Santiago is the one that.
Sure. Okay.
No, so thank you, Howard, and to everybody there, all the team. I hope we can be joining you guys in these weekly meetings. I really think that they add a lot to us and to the knowledge of the market. And you guys, of course, being there, had all the contacts and people. So thank you for all your support. Howard, I just started following you here on LinkedIn. So you're going to see my invitation probably soon.
Okay.
And I will review all of the information. I will go through these meetings with our marketing department and see how we work with you guys in your future very soon.
Let me ask you a question. Are both of you available at 11 o'clock today? Because we have another meeting at 11 with different people. And not that these people aren't great, just a different group. Some of them overlap in what they do. So if you'd like to come, I'm happy to invite you to come.
Oh, Howard, I really appreciate that. But unfortunately, I'm here and I have a meeting till noon.
Okay,
So I won't be able to make it. I'm sorry for that, Howard.
Okay.
And I will be with Comestibles Dan with another meeting starting at 11. So thank you so much for the invitation, but I have already the agenda for that meeting.
You.
okay. Well, maybe after Thanksgiving.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, great.
Enjoy the holidays, you guys. We
Thank you,
unfortunately
you
can't
too.
that year.
Okay, thank
Good
you
meeting
so
you
much,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks
So
for
we really,
coming.
really appreciate.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
We're not going anywhere, Chris.
You guys aren't, but is it okay if I leave?
No.
No,
I have a meeting.
what kind of meeting?
Well,
Yeah, what kind of meeting?
is this still being recorded?
Yes.
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
no, I have a meeting, honestly, with Jane from the board.
That's not important.
Well, it's not until 2 o'clock, but
Oh my God.
Oh man, you think it's easy, huh?
you should actually, at
Howard,
this point.
no respect, right?
Oh my God.
At this point, to keep it a little more professional, maybe you should stop the
I am
recording.
going to. Due to the lack of attendance here today, we will
Not post
end the
it.
official meeting. And hopefully we'll
Okay.
see everybody back after Thanksgiving. And have a great Thanksgiving. And
Well, the schools up here have already closed.
Really?
Yeah, today, the kids are off today and all
Yeah.
next week.
No
That's
kidding.
because of travel. They have to have time. Howard, please unrecord.
I am.